Mastering process capability. Critical KPIs remain hidden, stifling operational performance. Where can we identify the most critical key performance indicators, KPIs, that will enable us to effectively monitor and measure the performance of our operational processes? In the pursuit of operational excellence, identifying the most critical key performance indicators, KPIs, is crucial to effectively monitor and measure the performance of operational processes. These KPIs serve as metrics to assess the efficiency, effectiveness, and overall health of an organization's processes. To identify these critical KPIs, it is essential to follow a structured approach that considers multiple factors and stakeholders. First, it is vital to establish a clear understanding of the organization's strategic objectives and goals. This understanding will enable the identification of critical processes that have a direct impact on achieving these objectives. These critical processes can be categorized into three primary groups: customer-facing, business-critical, and support processes. Next, a cross-functional team comprising process owners, subject matter experts, and stakeholders should be assembled to identify potential KPIs for each critical process. This team should consider factors such as 1. Process inputs and outputs. Identify the key inputs, processing steps, and outputs for each critical process. This will help identify potential KPIs related to process efficiency, effectiveness, and quality. 2. Customer requirements. Consider customer expectations, needs, and pain points. This will help identify KPIs related to customer satisfaction, loyalty, and retention. 3. Business objectives. Align potential KPIs with the organization's strategic objectives, such as revenue growth, cost reduction, and quality improvement. 4. Industry benchmarks. Research industry-recognized best practices, benchmarks, and standards to identify potential KPIs. 5. Data availability. Identify existing data sources, systems, and tools that can provide data to support KPI measurement. 6. Process complexity. Consider the complexity of each process, including the number of steps, handoffs, and decision points. This will help identify potential KPIs related to process simplicity, automation, and optimization. 7. Stakeholder feedback. Gather input from process owners, customers, suppliers, and employees to identify potential KPIs that are relevant and meaningful. Once potential KPIs are identified, it is essential to evaluate and prioritize them based on their relevance, impact, and feasibility of measurement. This can be achieved by applying a ranking framework, such as the Moscow method, which categorizes KPIs into must-haves, should-haves, could-haves, and won't-haves. The most critical KPIs should then be selected and defined, ensuring they meet the SMART criteria: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Examples of critical KPIs for operational processes might include cycle time reduction, first pass yield improvement, defect density reduction, customer satisfaction ratings, on-time delivery performance, inventory turnover ratio, supply chain responsiveness. Once the critical KPIs are identified and defined, it is essential to establish a system for data collection, analysis, and reporting. This system should enable real-time monitoring and provide actionable insights to process owners and stakeholders. Regular review and evaluation of KPI performance should be conducted to ensure that the identified KPIs remain relevant and effective in measuring process performance. This includes regularly reviewing and refining KPIs to ensure alignment with changing business objectives and customer needs. Providing training and education to process owners and stakeholders on KPI interpretation and application. Establishing a continuous improvement culture that encourages experimentation, learning, and innovation. Celebrating successes and recognizing improvements made through data-driven decision-making. By following this structured approach, organizations can identify the most critical KPIs that enable effective monitoring and measurement of operational process performance, ultimately driving operational excellence and achieving strategic objectives.